Ugh. Dang you. There we go.
Okay.
There. There we go. I think that's about good. Okay, all set up.
Alright.
Okay. So as I guess you know if you clicked on this one, you've probably seen the last ones we've done over the years of the Give Yourself Goosebumps. I read through these. Today we're gonna start with this one and come back to it here. Number 15. Please don't feed the vampire. Because I don't think we've done this one many times. This will be something a little fresh, you know? Okay. Too much diddly-daddling. Let's get right back into it. Let's get some... Here we go. I look like a nerd, don't I? Like a complete nerd, you moan to your friend Gabe. In the mirror, you see your costume and wince. Halloween is only a few days away. I'm doomed. You and Gabe have been best friends for 2 years. Gabe has long brown hair, wire-rimmed glasses, and a way of giving advice that sometimes bugs you. You do look pretty stupid, Gabe admits. Where'd you get that costume, anyway? It's called Vampire in a Can, you explain, holding up the cardboard can. I bought it from Mr. Rutley at Scary Stuff. I don't believe it. Gabe slaps his forehead. You bought a costume from the Eyeball Man? What if he took his glass eye? If he took out his glass eye, right there in the store, and showed it to you? He never takes out his glass eye, you answer. Okay, Gabe says, but your costume is still ridiculous. It's just a set of plastic fangs, a cheap little black cape, and a fake tattoo of fang marks on your neck. There isn't anything else in the can? You pick it up and peer inside. Hey, look! You cry. First couple pages are rough on this. What? Gabe asks, looking interested. There is something else in the can, you answer. You reach in and pull out a small plastic packet that was stuck to the inside. It looks like a ketchup packet. What is it? Gabe moves closer. I think it's fake blood, you tell him. Really? Cool, Gabe says. He picks up the Vampire in a Can box and reads the label. That's weird. It doesn't say anything on the box about fake blood. You notice the writing on the packet. In blood-red letters it says, Danger. Keep away. You hand the packet to Gabe. He reads the label and his eyes grow wide. Are you gonna open it? He asks. You gulp. The words on the packet are kinda scary. But you're dying to know what's inside. So, are you gonna open it? Alright, and there's our first choice. Everybody looks like we're gonna open the packet or not open the packet.
I mean, clearly the packet belongs to someone named Dan Jerk. I'm being a smart aleck.
Is there anybody in the chat want to throw a vote? Oh, I don't think there's anybody in there yet. So Z might pop up in the chat. He actually, usually, if he doesn't make it, usually does try and show it in the chat. He's been in the chat like just about every year, so.
Yeah. I mean,
but he could be at work right now.
Yeah. Very possibly. But yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
Well, I guess if there's no votes from the chat, it's on you. Opening it?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the sucker.
Yeah, you tell Gabe. I'll open it. Give it back. Be careful, Gabe warns. You don't want to squirt that gunk all over your cute little cape. Thanks, joke boy, you grumble. First you try to rip open the packet with your fingernails, but the plastic won't tear. Frustrated, you pull the fake fangs out of your mouth. You put the packet between your teeth and you yank hard. A syrupy liquid shoots out, spilling into your mouth. A tiny bit dribbles out, leaving a red streak on your chin. Yum, you say, slurping up the liquid. It's so good. You want to drink every drop. Quickly, you squeeze the rest of the packet into your mouth. What is that stuff? Gabe asks, squinting at you. It definitely isn't ketchup, you reply. But it's excellent. I love it. It's gross, Gabe declares, scowling. It looks like blood. Real blood. Blood? You cry. No way that's blood, you say with a nervous laugh. But your heart starts beating a little faster. Could it be? You remember scraping your hand last week, licking the wound. This stuff tastes the same. Maybe, but right now you've got something else on your mind. I'm thirsty, you declare, rushing to the kitchen. I've got to get a drink. Gabe follows you, talking a mile a minute. If you didn't swallow, spit it out, he orders. Gargle with mouthwash, or maybe brush with peroxide toothpaste, or do both. Water, you groan. I'm so thirsty. I need water. You stick your mouth under the faucet to gulp from the tap, but as the water hits your tongue, you jerk away. Yuck, you exclaim. That tastes terrible. I thought you were thirsty, Gabe says, eyeing you strangely. I am, you tell him, but not for water. For something else. You desperately thirst for that red cranberry juice in the fridge. But when you sip some, you have to spit it out. It tastes lousy. I feel weird, you moan. How come the room got so bright? The light is killing my eyes. Before Gabe can answer, you race to your room at the back of the house. You close all the blinds. And when Gabe catches up with you, you slam the door and turn off the light. You both stand in the darkness. Maybe you're coming down with the flu, Gabe suggests, popping some bubblegum into his mouth. You hope it's only the flu, but you have a bad feeling. You slowly turn and gaze into the mirror. No! You cry when you see what's staring back. You stare into the mirror. Nothing stares back at you. Of course, that's because the room is pitch black. But when you snap on the desk lamp, your worst fear comes true. You have no reflection. You're not there. Gabe peers into the mirror. He stops chewing his gum. Whoa, he breathes. What happened to you? You know what happened. You know why you have no reflection in the mirror. You're a vampire.
Oh, dang, I was gonna...
You gotta help me, Gabe, you groan. Yikes, Gabe cries. What's happening to your teeth? My teeth, you say weakly. You touch your canines. With a sickening shock, you feel them growing, turning into long, pointy fangs. I am so thirsty, you moan. For blood. You stare longingly at Gabe's neck. Keep away from me, Gabe cries, stumbling backwards. You want to. You need to. But can you? Can you drink your best friend's blood? Well, and here's another choice, looks like.
Oh, man.
Are we gonna bite Gabe or not bite Gabe?
Oh, boy. That is a tough choice. I mean, on one hand, you know, on one hand, gotta do it. On the other hand, I'm gonna go nah, fam.
No. You don't want to bite your best friend? And drink their blood. Okay. And we don't have any votes in the chat. So I guess we are going to bite Gabe. Okay. Not bite Gabe. You don't want to leave unsightly fang marks on your best friend's neck, do you? On the other hand, what's the point of being one of the undead if you can't drink the blood of a human now and then? Then Gabe has plenty of blood to spare. Go on. Take a little bite. Just a nibble.
Oh, so they're gonna make you bite him anyway?
Yeah, they're gonna force you to do it anyway. You gaze at Gabe's neck as if it were a tasty milkshake. I need some liquid refreshment, you say, drooling. Get away from me! He shrieks, taking off. You run after him and corner him in the kitchen. I know what'll stop a vampire, he wheezes. He reaches into the freezer and pulls out a steak. Gabe rams the frozen filet mignon into your chest. You need a steak to kill a vampire, you snarl. That's S-T-A-K-E. Dope. You reach for his neck again. Gabe yanks the bubblegum. Gabe yanks out his bubblegum and jams it into your mouth. Smart move. By the time you unstick the gum from your fangs, you've come to your senses. Sorry, Gabe. You say, I lost my head. He accepts your apology, but now you can see he still doesn't trust you. Not completely. You bury your face in your hands. What am I gonna do? I'm a vampire. A cruddy, blood-sucking vampire. Gabe starts pacing around the room. The way I see it, you've got 3 choices, he begins. Choice number 1, go back to where you bought this stupid costume and ask the eyeball man to help. It's his fault you're a vampire, right? He sold it to you. Maybe, you agree. But what if he can't help? What else? Choice number 2, we do some research, Gabe continues. You know, rent a bunch of vampire movies, read up on ghouls like you. No offense. At the library, stuff like that. Maybe we'll find out how to cure you. That sounds good, but it might take too long, you reply. What's my 3rd choice? The 3rd choice is the most dangerous, Gabe announces solemnly. What's my 3rd choice, Einstein? You repeat. The 3rd choice is to stay in your room and do nothing, Gabe says. Hide it out and hope that this vampire thing wears off. But that's dangerous because... I know, you interrupt him. Because what if it doesn't wear off? What if I can't stop myself from biting someone? So what are you gonna do? Gabe asks quietly. There's a 4th choice, you tell him. Huh? What 4th choice? He asks nervously. Maybe being a vampire is way cool. You grin evilly. Maybe I should just go around biting people. You see a flicker of fear in Gabe's eyes, and you love it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so now we got choices here.
Oh,
Choice number 1, go back to the eyeball man. Choice number 2, do some research about vampires. Choice number 3, hide out in your room and hope that being a vampire wears off. And choice number 4, you like being a vampire. So what are we gonna do? So if you're there, throw a vote with your vote in the chat. What were you thinking?
what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking going to that eyeball man. I don't know what the chat, what chat's got up its sleeve, but I'd go to the eyeball man.
Huh. That was okay. So I guess it wasn't a vote from the chat. So I guess we're gonna go to the eyeball man. Alright, so back to the eyeball man. I say we go back to Mr. Rutley. You tell Gabe, maybe he knows what was in that packet of... Don't say it, Gabe interrupts. Let's just go. You nod and stuff the costume back into the vampire in a can. You head for the kitchen door. Gabe pulls it open. A beam of daylight streams in. Hold it! You scream. You cringe, shielding your eyes from the light. You double over in burning pain. In a few seconds, you'll be crispy as a French fry. Close the door! Quick! You shout at Gabe. The light is killing me!
Literally.
Gabe slams the door and rushes over to you. You fan your face. It feels as if you got a mega sunburn. Finally, the pain goes away. What happened? Gabe asked. The light, you answer. Haven't you ever seen a Dracula movie? Vampires can't go outside in the daylight. Not even with sunblock on? Gabe jokes. Hey, wise guy, you want to be my lunchtime beverage? You snap. Sorry, murmurs Gabe. So now what? Now we wait, you reply grimly. Luckily it's October, so it gets dark early. You and Gabe hike to Scary Stuff, Mr. Rutterly's store. A block from the store, Gabe grabs your arm. Look, he shouts. It's the eyeball man. He's locking the door. Panting, you run the last block to Scary Stuff. You get there just as Mr. Rutterly is turning away to leave. His balding head shines in the moonlight. Excuse me, Mr. Rutterly? You call. He turns around and glares at you. Yes? He growls. I bought this costume, you stammer, showing him the vampire in a can. And, I accidentally opened the packet inside, and, well, drank the stuff in it. Mr. Rutterly points to the label on the side of the can. See this? He says. There's a number to call if you have a problem. Now, I must be going. Good night, and good luck. He adds with a mysterious smirk. Mr. Rutterly walks away, and you and Gabe huddle under the streetlight. You read a message written on the can's label. It says, for problems with this costume, call 555 Vampire. Calls accepted after dark only. Gabe whistles. Calls accepted after dark only. That's weird. Are you gonna phone? Staring at Gabe's neck, your thirst returns. The thirst for... You think. Don't think of blood. Too late. You just thought of it. What choice do I have? You moan, and hurry to the payphone on the corner. You pick up the receiver and punch in the number. It rings 13 times before a man's voice answers. "Thank you for calling Vampire in a Can," the voice says. "How may I help you?" Quickly, you explain your problem. "Yes," the man says in a slithery tone. "You must come to 999 Sanguine Road. We'll be here till midnight." Then he hangs up. "Sanguine Road?" Gabe exclaims when you tell him about the address. "I know that word. Sanguine. Means bloody. Stay away from there. I'm telling you, don't go." Are we going to take Gabe's advice and not go? Or are we ignoring Gabe and going to the place that the helpline told us to go to?
Well, I mean, if it's up to me, I'd go to Bloody Boulevard. Or I'd bite the eyeball man. But biting the eyeball man isn't an option.
Okay. And again, if you're there in the chat, you can definitely leave a vote if you want to go to Sanguine Road or take Gabe's advice and not go. Give you just a second. Alrighty. Looks like we're going to the Bloody Road.
Yeah.
You ignore Gabe's warning. "I have to go," you tell him as you start walking. "You don't understand. I don't want to be a vampire." "Okay," Gabe answers. "Then I'm coming with you." An hour later, you're in a deserted part of town. An old brick factory stands at 999 Sanguine Road. The whole building is dark. On the front of the door is a sign reading, "Office. Ring bell." "Whoa!" Gabe cries. "Check out the bats!" Overhead, dozens of tiny bats circle wildly. They fly into a high, open window at the back of the factory. You feel drawn to them. Strange. The only other bat you've ever been attached to was your old Louisville slugger. "We should follow the bats," you say. "Let's check and see if we can get in around back." "No," Gabe begs. "Let's ring the front bell." So, do we want to go to the front door? Or are we going to follow the bats?
Good old 50-50 decisions. I bet both of them are the wrong choice.
Who knows? I don't know. We haven't done this one that much. I wouldn't be surprised if this is about the furthest we've ever gotten with this one. We're close to it.
Being two minds about this, gotta flip a coin.
There you go.
Okay. Alright, so.
I guess heads bats, tails door.
Alright. Bats.
Alright, we're gonna follow the bats.
Yeah.
"We'll follow the bats," you snap. With a shudder, you realize you'd rather hang out with bats than with Gabe. "Come on," you command, hurrying to the back of the factory. You seem to know where you're going, Gabe says, trying to keep up with you. Somehow, you do know. You're following some kind of inner radar, like a bat. And your radar tells you there's a door around the back of this place. We're getting closer to the bats, you tell Gabe. Gabe puffs. You act like you want to party with those bats or something. Don't you want to be normal? Normal? What's normal? You start running faster.
What is normal? I mean, that is a good point. What is normal?
As you round the corner of the factory, you see a huge garage door. You both try to slide the door up, but it's locked. Forget it, Gabe orders. Let's use the front door, like regular human beings. You start to follow your friend, but all of a sudden you feel a new sensation. You're changing again. From deep inside. A moment later, you have the strongest urge to fold your arms across your chest, like a bat. Something tells you that if you do, you'll be able to fly. Use the front door, like human beings. You repeat Gabe's words. But what if I'm not human? Gabe grabs your arm. You're my best friend. Fuck, I fucked that up. You're my best fiend. Friend. I know you're human, he insists. Come on. Now we can either go with Gabe or try to become a bat.
I can feel the repercussions setting in.
Well, no, I don't think we're gonna get vote in the chat for this one.
That's funny. You're my best fiend, and then my brain goes into those ads shoot, what's his name? Deadpool was part of.
Nah.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I've been playing this game, Best Fiends. Dear God. Why? Why did that hit me in the face?
Well,
I think I'll bet. I'll try and bat up.
I'm gonna be a bat, man.
With all the nanas.
That's an essential part of turning into a bat. Everybody knows that.
Well, into a Batman. Anyway. Especially.
Okay. No, you tell Gabe, pulling away. I'm going to follow the bats. You close your eyes, fold your arms across your chest. Gabe cries, "What are you doing?" You don't answer. You just concentrate hard on the bats and on the tingling inside of you. Suddenly, your whole body feels as if it's being crushed, crunched. The whole world goes dark. You open your eyes, but nothing changes. I can't see, you try to scream. But all that comes out is a high-pitched screeching sound. Then you open your wings and lift off the ground. You're flying. You soar up in a spiral. Up. 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 You circle around high above Gabe's head. Reality hits you. You turned yourself into a bat. I'm blind as a bat, too, you think as you soar toward the factory window. That's where the other bats went in. You can't see the window very well. You're not completely blind, but your eyesight is poor. Your radar, though, tells you where the opening is. Inside, you follow your sense of smell. It leads you to a room full of screeching bats. They all flap their wings and circle each other. Then, one by one, they transform themselves into human form. Into vampires. All except you. Cold fear seeps into your little bat body as you realize you don't know how to change back. You want to change back into a kid, but you don't have any clue how. So you fly back out the window searching for Gabe. Your radar spots him. You dart down and land gently on his shoulder. Gabe twists around and stares at your tiny bat face. "Yuck," he says. "You're ugly. Can't you change back?" You just sit there, screeching. Finally, Gabe nods in understanding. "I guess I'll have to take you home and keep you as a pet." Boy, my mom is gonna freak. Maybe I can figure out a cure someday. Unfortunately, Gabe never figures it out. He does, however, grow up, become a Major League Baseball player. As a private joke, he lets you live in the clubhouse as the unofficial Bat Boy. The end.
I knew it was going to be bad.
Said you turned into a bat.
I knew it was going to be bad. It was so bad. It's so sad. It was,
Let's see. I don't think we do that one very often, so I'll have a next think. Okay.
hold on. What?
It's another bat.
Was that the one from last year?
Yeah, I think we did it last year, the Batwing Hall. I think we did it the year before, too.
Yeah, I remember I wasn't there when you did it, but I was in the chat.
Yeah.
Where we figured out there was a sound issue. Because I'm like...
True, I don't think we have a sound issue this time. It's just the one singular mic. Alright, on to the next one. Because we don't do this one very often, I don't think, so we'll go with that. Trying to get more of the ones we don't do as often, so. Beware of the purple peanut butter.
Yep. So I'm gonna become jelly. It's peanut butter jelly time.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Oh, it's Lucy. See where she's at. Okay.
She's crunching.
You can't believe your parents did this to you. Your mom and dad are off to Europe on a business trip, so you have to spend the summer in Fiskville with Aunt Fiona and Uncle Harvey, which means spending summer with your cousins Barney and Dora, which means a summer of torture. Barney is a year older than you, and a bully. Dora is a year younger, and a whiny pest. Not what you had in mind for your summer vacation. You stare glumly out the car window as your aunt and uncle drive home from the airport. Aunt Fiona turns around in the front seat and beams at you. "Barney and Dora can't wait till we bring you home," she squeals.
Ah, great.
"I'll bet," you think. "Bad news, Barney can't wait to pound me into the ground. Dora the drag can't wait to rope me into playing with her dolls." Uncle Harvey pulls the car into a driveway. You stare at the house. It's 2 stories high and run down. The lawn is choked with weeds. The front steps are cracked and crumbling. Not very promising. At least the creepy cousins aren't around, you think. Maybe you can sneak off before they know you're here. Then a loud bang makes you nearly jump out of your skin. Barney runs out of the front door, letting it slam behind him. You slowly step out of the car. Barney's pudgy face breaks into a mean grin under his thick blonde hair. Even though he's only a year older than you, he's twice your size. While your aunt and uncle unload the car, he punches you on the arm. Hard. "Hi, wimp," he snarls. Dora skips around the side of the house, holding her obnoxious orange cat, Puff. Dora's dark hair hangs in 2 long braids over her shoulders. She eyes you with a smirk, then giggles. Puff hisses at you. "What a summer," you think. Maybe you can spend your entire vacation upstairs in your room. But no. We've been waiting for you, Barney says. Let's play hide and seek. Oh, no, you think. It's starting. It's nice to see you're already having fun, Aunt Fiona gushes. Your uncle and I have to go back to work at the university. I'll take your suitcase upstairs for you. No, really, you protest. I don't mind. Nonsense, Uncle Harvey responds. You kids go on and play. There's just one thing. It's very important. You can play anywhere you want, but don't go into the basement. Skip forward to pages.
Oh, gosh.
Why can't we go in the basement, you ask? We haven't cleaned it out since we moved in, Aunt Fiona tells you. The people who owned it before the house were who owned the house before us were very strange. We don't know what's down there. It could be dangerous. Let's get started, Barney commands when his parents have gone inside. You remember the hide-and-seek rules? I remember, you sigh. Who could forget? Whoever is it gets to pound anyone he catches, Barry reminds you. Fine, you say. I'll go first. Sorry, Barney replies. It's my house. I'll be it to start. Now go hide while I count to 100. He laughs and waves his fist in your face, then shuts his eyes. 1, Barney counts. 2, 3, 4, 27, 28, 50. As usual, your cousin is cheating. You'll have to find a place to hide. Fast. But where? Dora drops Puff and runs around to the back of the house. You want to stay as far away from her as possible. You glance around, then tiptoe into the house. You find yourself in a small living room crowded with furniture. You don't have much time. Where can you hide? You dodge around a couple of chairs, then you head for a hallway that leads to the kitchen. 70, Barney shouts from outside. 81, 86. You spot a doorway to the right of the refrigerator. You pull the door open. Steep, splintery steps lead down into a dark, musty-smelling room. It must be the way to the basement. But your uncle and your aunt warned you to stay out of it. 93, Barney shouts. Quick, make a decision. Should you forget about what your aunt and uncle's warning and hide in the basement, or should you find somewhere else to hide? Okay, and there we go. So if you're just tuning in the chat, feel free to leave us a vote there in the chat. Are we going to creep downstairs to the basement or find another hiding spot? Oh no.
I mean,
That's tough. Oh, I see somebody else tuning in. So go ahead and leave a vote if you want to creep down to the basement, or if you want to find another hiding spot. Just leave a vote in the chat. Okay.
Because I just say, screw what they said, I need to hide.
So I know I see you're voting for the basement.
Yeah.
This isn't that Goosebumps book. I'm sure we're fine down there. Didn't implicitly say it on the cover. So I think we're good. Alrighty, we'll give it another second for any votes in the chat.
It's like, oh, I have to save my booty.
Well, that one cousin's about to kick our ass, I guess.
Ah.
Oh, he's cheating, this son of a bitch.
Oh, God.
That's not how you count hide and seek. Alrighty, I guess we are going to creep down into the basement. You glance around quickly to make sure no one is watching. Then you push open the basement door and start down. The stairs are old. They creak with every step you take. Cobwebs brush your face. What could be down here that's so dangerous, you wonder? You reach the bottom of the stairs. The floor is so dusty it looks as though it hasn't been cleaned in 100 years. Feeble daylight filters through a big, filthy window at the back of the room. You start to explore, but there's nothing much to see. Mostly old, dusty, worn furniture, old couches, old chairs, an old mattress, an old refrigerator and stove, both covered with rust, sit in one corner. Nothing dangerous, nothing even interesting, but being down here is better than getting pounded by Barney. You sit in one of the old armchairs and wait. Sooner or later, Barney and Dora will get tired of their game. Soon it will be safe to go back upstairs. There's only one problem. A big problem. Your problem is that you're hungry. The plane ride to Fiskville is a long one, and all you had to eat was an airline snack of peanuts and soda. And now you realize that you're starving. Your stomach is growling so loudly, you're almost afraid Barney and Dora will hear it. You glance around the basement again. Maybe there are some cans of food. But no! The only shelves contain old carpenter's tools. And the only cabinets are full of torn and dirty sheets and towels. You really don't want to go back upstairs. Not yet. Not with Barney the bully and drippy Dora waiting for you. What about the old refrigerator? You see that it's plugged in. Maybe there's something to eat in there. Trying not to get your hopes up too high, you approach the refrigerator. The door seems stuck, but you pull hard and it pops open. You spot 2 containers way in the back. You bend down to inspect them, and gasp! Something in the refrigerator smells great. It smells so good, your mouth starts watering. You were hungry before, but now you're ravenous. Whatever is giving off the smell must be the best tasting food in the world. You pull out the 2 containers and examine them. One is a small jar, and at the bottom of the jar is a gloop of disgusting looking purple goop. With the other container is a white bakery box with a label that says Effie's Bakery, Midvale, in fancy writing. Inside the box is a thick slab of chocolate cake. You lean down and sniff. To your surprise, the delicious aroma is coming from the purple goop. It smells like a combination of the best peanut butter and jelly in the world, with chocolate on top. The cake doesn't have any smell at all. Your stomach growls again. Which will you eat? The wonderful smelling purple goop, or the chocolate cake? Alrighty guys, and we're at another vote here. So go ahead and leave in the chat if you want to vote for the purple goop or the cake.
Oh damn, the analog for the cake isn't there.
I know, we actually did have a chocolate cake.
I was gonna hold it up and this. That's what I'm going for.
He's like, I didn't trust in that purple goop.
No.
Well, so we know where you're gonna go. We'll see. We'll give the chat a second. Maybe maybe we're gonna vote.
Yeah, maybe they'll be
they'll
like,
be.
no, it's peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah, maybe they'll vote for the goop. Or maybe they're in agreement and they'll also vote for the cake. Like, yeah. Well, I don't know.
I mean, but then again, the cake might be a lie. And oh gosh, something tells me it is. Something tells me it is. And that to be like, come on, really?
Alrighty. And I guess we're not going to vote on that one, so I guess we'll go with the cake, is what it sounds like. Yep. Alrighty. Let's see, where's the page we were just at? There. You decide to taste the cake. That purple peanut butter looks too weird. You are so hungry. Your mouth waters when you take a big bite of the cake. The frosting is hard, the cake is crumbly, and there is a funny aftertaste. You've definitely had better. But chocolate is chocolate. Besides, you're starving. Your mouth is open for another bite when you hear your aunt calling your name. Uh-oh. Your aunt's still home. You don't want to get caught in the basement. What do? Your eyes dart around the basement, searching for a way out. The basement window. You hurry across the room and scramble into the back of the sofa. By standing on your tiptoes, you can just reach the grimy windowsill. You hoist yourself up. Luckily, the window is open. You slither through, flopping onto the grass. Great. No one will ever know you were in the basement. Problem solved. But then you roll over onto your back and face a new problem. Your big, mean, obnoxious cousin is looming over you. Found you! Barney exclaims. Now I get to pound you! You leap to your feet, but it's too late. Barney grabs you by your t-shirt. Let me go! You shout, but it's no use. Barney has always been the meanest bully you've ever known. For years you've dreamed of being able to beat him up. What's the matter, wimp? Barney taunts. Afraid of me? No, you exclaim. You wish you meant it. Barney punches you in the shoulder. You know it will make things worse, but you punch back. To your surprise, Barney lets go of your t-shirt. He stumbles backward a few steps. Ow! He cries. I didn't know you could hit that hard. Neither did you. This could come in handy. You give Barney a karate chop in the arm. Stop it! He cries. He starts to run. You can't believe it. Barney is running away from you. Maybe this visit will be different, you think. You figure it's safe to go back in the house. Barney probably won't bug you anymore. You take 2 steps and hear a weird ripping sound, and then trip and fall over. What happened?
Oh shoot! There were some roids in that cake.
You sit up and glance down at your feet. No wonder you tripped. Your toes have burst through the front of your sneakers. You yank off what's left of the sneakers. You wiggle your squished toes. You've heard of outgrowing shoes, but you never knew it could happen so fast. You hurry into the house to find new shoes. You pass through the kitchen where your aunt is packing her briefcase for work. Why are you barefoot? She asks. I think my shoes shrank. You answer. You show her your ripped sneakers. Perhaps you're just having a growth spurt, she offers. You look a little taller. Up in your room, you study yourself in the mirror. You do look bigger. Maybe even a couple inches taller than you were yesterday. Your shoes are all too short. You have to borrow an old stinky pair of Uncle Harvey's sneakers. They're a little too big for you, but they are comfortable. You're just tying the shoelaces when Dora sticks her head inside the room. I saw you in the basement, she announces, and I'm telling. I know you were down there, Dora continues in her whiny voice, and if you won't play tea party with me, I'll tell. Great, you think. I've been here less than a day, and I'm going to get in trouble already. Dora is such a pain. I don't want to play tea party, you shout. Wow, you think. Is that me? You can't believe how loud your voice has become. Dora's eyes grow big. She actually looks afraid. Better not squeal on me, you command. Okay, Dora says. I won't tell anybody you were in the basement. And then she hurries down the hall. Getting bigger is great, you decide. Anything that makes both Barney and Dora stop bothering you is fantastic. This growth spurt happened at just the right time. Now that you've got your cousins off your back, you decide to explore the neighborhood. As you leave the house and realize that Uncle Harvey's shoes fit really well. Too well. They aren't big anymore. Weird, you think. You must still be growing. You push the thought out of your mind. You notice some kids playing baseball in an empty field across the street. You jog over to them, then you hear, Get out of here, shrimp! Barney is glaring at you from center field. Okay, and we got another choice here. We can stand up to Barney and join the game, or we can try and avoid him. Say if you're there in the chat, let me know what you would like to do. Is that for today? I think that's right. Ooh. Yeah, now it's done paused or something. Oh, there we go.
Huh. I mean, part of me is the
Alrighty, I guess
let's see here.
no votes from the chat.
Alright. Well, I wanted to avoid this guy as much as possible.
Alrighty, we're gonna avoid him. Barney's right. You are a wimp. This adventure is cancelled on account of nerdiness. What? You want another chance? Okay. You can stand up to Barney the Bully by rushing over to page 26.
Pretty much just like, oh yeah, we're gonna make you do it anyway.
Yup, they did it again to us. Yes,
man.
indeed.
Oh man. First I have puberty cake and now this.
You glare across the ball field at Barney. You aren't gonna let him keep you from joining the game. You're in luck. You won't have to fight him. Wait a minute. Barney, says a chubby kid with blonde hair. This new kid isn't a shrimp. Come on, he tells you. You can be on our team. You stick your tongue out at Barney and join the other team. You just hope they don't hate you when they discover the terrible truth. You're the strikeout champ. Come on, kid, the chubby boy says. You're up. You'll give it your best shot. You take the bat and step up to the plate. You gaze at the pitcher, a mean-looking red-haired girl. You grip the bat tightly and wait for the pitch. Strike one, cries the umpire. You can't strike out, you think. Not with Barney's beady eyes trained on you. You concentrate on your next swing. The pitcher zooms a fastball at you. You hear a sharp crack as the bat connects with the ball. Then you watch, amazed, as the ball takes off, high into the air, clear across the field. Home run! Some of the kids shout. You notice Barney's mouth drop open. You don't move from the plate. You stare as the ball continues straight toward the house and the hill in the next block. You watch in disbelief as the ball smashes right through the enormous front window. You don't even care that you broke the window. This was your first home run ever. And as you round the bases and your teammates cheer, even Barney looks impressed. You feel great until you hear the unmistakable sound of police sirens headed your way. You glance down the street. A police car is speeding towards the ball field, its red lights blinking and its siren wailing. You're in big trouble now, Barney calls. Without looking back, he dashes away. Thanks a lot, cousin, you think. He disappears into the distance. It wasn't your fault, the red-haired pitcher says. It was just a great hit. You better get out of here fast, another player suggests. You don't know what to do. You didn't mean to break the window. But will the police believe you? What will they do? Maybe you better hide until they go away. So we can come to another vote here. We can wait for the police and confess, or we can run and hide. Go ahead and throw us a vote in the chat if you're watching. If you want to confess to the police or just run and hide.
I mean, if they have to pick you up, you know what they bring with them, right?
I don't know. I can give a guess as to what chat might vote for. If they vote. I can give a guess what you're probably going to vote for. Give it a second just to see, just in case if they're put in a vote.
Or will I change my... I think I'm gonna change my vote to bail.
You're gonna bail?
Yeah.
So we got one vote here for bail. Run and hide. Any votes for the chat? Oh, alright. I guess we'll, looks like we're running and hiding. You don't want to get in trouble on your very first day here. You take off running. You notice the other kids scattering in all directions. After you've put some distance between you and the field, you glance back. By the time the police car arrives at the baseball field, it's completely deserted. Whew, you think. That was close. Your rumbling stomach reminds you that you're still hungry. That chocolate cake wasn't enough. And as you head for home, you realize that now even Uncle Harvey's shoes are too tight. Your toes are scrunched up inside the sneakers. You walk by a neighbor's window and catch a glimpse of your reflection in the glass. You can't believe your eyes. You're at least a foot taller than you were this morning. What is happening to me, you wonder? Am I sick? Do I have a weird disease? If I keep getting bigger, I'm not going to fit into any of my clothes. You stop in the middle of the street. A terrible thought just occurred to you. What if you never stop growing? You stand there worrying, and a bus pulls up to the curb and stops. You notice a huge advertisement plastered on its side. Getting too big? Clothes seem to be shrinking? The solution is at Arnold's. Who is Arnold, you wonder? And could Arnold be the answer to your problem? And it looks like it's another vote time. We can see if Arnold's indeed has the answer, or just continue on back home.
Yeah, I'm gonna give chat a chance.
What do you think, chat? You got a preference? You want to go to Arnold's, or do you want to just go back home? I don't know how I can change that. I don't know. It's... I just don't know how I would. Yeah. Well, I guess I can't change it at the moment, yeah. Oof. That's about what I expected.
What?
Okay, looks like no votes in the chat, so what are you thinking, Arnold's or home?
I'm thinking Arnold's.
Alrighty. Arnold's could be just what you need. You are getting too big, and your clothes do seem to be shrinking. You ask the bus driver for directions. A few minutes later, you find yourself in front of a sleek, low building. Arnold's Reducing Spa is spelled out in neon. You think, not exactly what you had in mind, but you might as well give it a shot, especially since you realize you've grown another 6 inches on the way over. You wonder why you don't feel anything. No tingling, no aching, no dizziness. When you grow, you have no way of knowing it's happening. You hurry through glass doors. A muscular blonde man approaches you. Hello, he greets you. I'm Arnold. What can I do for you? I'm getting too big, you explain. Can you help? Arnold flexes a muscle and then beams. Of course we can help, he tells you. At Arnold's, we pride ourselves on returning our customers to their original sizes, and we're offering a free one-day trial membership. This sounds promising. You might try the steam room. Many members have found it helped them lose weight, Arnold suggests. Or our new reducing machine. We haven't tried it yet. You could be the first. So, are we going to the reducing machine? Trying the new reducing machine? Or are we going to the steam room? Votes in the chat.
Ooh, I know this one.
Again, to the
chat first.
To the steam room or the new reducing machine. Should be an interesting one.
I agree. Either way, this is going to be funny.
Well, I guess this one is a little more sillier. Alright, any votes, chat? I'll give you a second. What are you thinking?
Well, here's my general thought here. Okay? I logicked this out, and I said, I'm gonna be the guinea pig for that reducing machine.
Alright.
It's like, losing. It's like, it ain't no weight loss issue, it's a size gain issue. I want to get smaller, not trimmer.
Alrighty, well we got, so looks like we got his vote for the reducing machine. Say any votes, chat? Going once, going twice. Alrighty, looks like the reducing machine it's gonna be.
Sold to the new tech for... I don't know.
Okay.
Clout, I guess.
You've decided to try the new reducing machine. Arnold leads you to a room full of equipment. He takes you to the largest machine. This is the super duper reducer, he says. The machine is so big it nearly touches the ceiling. It has levers and straps and weights. There's a bench with padding and a seatbelt. It looks like some kind of torture device from an old horror movie. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But before you can change your mind, Arnold pushes you onto the bench. You lie on your back, looking up at the twisted metal of the device. Arnold places your head in a big steel helmet. You can't see anything. Only your mouth is exposed so you can breathe. He puts straps around your head, your wrists, and your ankles. Then he turns the machine on. With a loud whirring sound, the machine begins to shake. The straps pull your arms back and forth, making them flap like wings. Some kind of pulley system yanks your legs up and down, making you kick like you would if you were swimming. At the same time, the helmet makes your head vibrate. After several minutes, the whirring stops. Your legs and your arms stop moving. Arnold removes the helmet and unstraps you. Did it work? Are you smaller? You don't stand up right away. You feel a little woozy from the effects of the machine. You lie on the bench and gaze up at Arnold. He's staring at you, his eyes growing wider and wider. Not a good sign. Arnold? You begin. Did it work? His mouth opens and closes, but he doesn't answer you. Definitely not a good sign. You leap off the bench. You run to a mirror and your heart nearly stops. You're back to your normal height, but your body is totally unchanged. The flapping motion made your arms stretch. Your hands dangle below your knees. The swimming movement made your legs thick as tree trunks, and the helmet shrank your head to half its normal size. I'm afraid I got the setting wrong, Arnold says. I should have read the instructions first. Now, he tells you, the end. Dang!
Oh, man. operator instructions.
Looks like that one didn't work out so well that time.
Well, I mean, the steam room wasn't going to be a good idea either. It wouldn't have done much.
Okay, let's see.
I come in like, where's the rest of me?
Let's see which one next here.
Well, I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go with the classic one we do just about every year. I think we'll do that one. I don't know. What's the other one I was looking at? I think we did that one last year. I haven't done that one in a minute. I guess this is another one we don't do very often, so we'll do that one. So it's going to be, the next one is Scream of the Evil Genie. Okay. And remember, when we get to the choices, you can leave your, you can just vote on it in the chat. Of course, we'll be voting here. Okay. I don't want to start with Adam, but this is what it is. So he'll just miss the first probably page or two. Anybody home? You call changing into your house. Oh, you call charging into your house after school one day. The door bangs shut behind you. Silence. Total silence. Hello? Mom? Dad? Anybody? No answer. Weird, you think. You drop your school books on the living room table and hurry toward the kitchen. Why is there no one around? Not even your brother or sister. You've never come home and found the place empty. Your footsteps creak on the floor as you head for the kitchen door. Mom? You call again. Nothing. You feel a little creepy all alone in the house. Then you think of something that makes you grin. No one's here. You can do anything you want. Time to raid the refrigerator. You zoom into the kitchen and yank open the fridge door. Yes! It's packed! There's some leftover pizza, a whole container of nacho cheese sauce, chocolate cake, a big bottle of fruit punch, 2 6-packs of cola, and fried chicken legs. You're reaching for some cake when something catches your eye. Hey, did one of those cola cans just move?
Not gonna lie.
Nice.
Yeah, this is what I get for leaving my fate to chocolate cake in the last book.
True. You stare at the cola can. Nothing happens. It's only a can of soda, you tell yourself. The silence must be getting to you. You grab the cola from the 6-pack along with some chips and a slab of chocolate cake. Why not? You don't usually have a chance to pig out like this. You head for the family room. You flop on down on the couch in front of the TV. No battle over the remote today. Where is everybody, anyway? You wonder again. You flip up the tab on the cola to open it. Instantly, you hear the fizzy gas escaping. Psst. Whoa! The fizzing won't stop. You shove the can away from you, holding it away from your body. The can must have been shaken up. A fine wet spray shoots all over you. Then a cloud of misty white gas begins escaping from the can. Your eyes widen as the cloud grows bigger and bigger. It fills the room like a giant mushroom cloud. Your mouth drops open in awe. Something else is coming out of the can. Something alive. With a loud hissing sound, a ghostly, life-size young woman squeezes out of the cola can and floats in front of you. Ouch! She exclaims. She shakes herself off like a wet dog, and the mist scatters around her. That hurt! For another second, she hovers above the coffee table. Her form is thin and airy, like a hologram. Then she suddenly becomes solid. She drops to the ground and lands on 2 feet with a thud. Hi, she greets you. What's up? You don't answer her. You can't. You're too shocked to make your mouth move. Instead, you stare at the amazing person standing in your family room. She's got spiky red and purple hair and 5 earrings. She's wearing a fuzzy short black sweater and baggy blue jeans with black combat boots. Hey, I'm talking to you, she yells. Hi, you answer. You're too surprised to say much else. She's cool, you think, watching her strut around as if she owns the place. Definitely cool. Nice place. Sort of. She exclaims with a snorty kind of laugh. She flops down in a big stuffed chair across from you. She stretches her legs out and lets her combat boots fall onto the coffee table with a clunk. She flashes you a big smile. Okay, let's cut to the chase, she rattles off. My name's Jenna, I'm a genie, and you've got 3 wishes. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever you want, 3 things, fame, fortune, a giant bag of diamond rings, you name it. Except, I don't do windows. And I don't do guns, knives, or death. If you want to off somebody, get another genie. Got that? Yeah, you mutter, finding your voice. So, what's it gonna be? Make your first wish, she insists. Before you can ask one of the zillionth questions swimming around your brain, Jenna snaps her fingers. Oops, wait, she cries. There's something I forgot to tell you. The most important part. When you want to make another wish, you've got to open the can again. Then, whoosh! I'll pop out and say, what's up? And we can boogie from there. Got it? No, you shake your head hard. I don't get any of this. How did you get into that can in the first place? And how can I open it again if it's already open? And how can you come out again? You're already out. It's a genie thing, Jenna explains with a toss of her head. Believe me, I'll be in there. Take my word for it. You're too astonished to argue with her. Is this for real? Okay, hurry up, Jenna says. Make a wish. I don't have all day.
Wow. Went from, wow, she's kind of cool to, wow, this is getting real pushy.
Okay, so we've got some options here for our wishes.
Okay, well,
here's a vote.
The first thing I'd like to wish is to have this slab of chocolate cake.
Go for it. So it looks like we can wish to be a big celebrity. We can wish to be the richest kid in the world. We can wish to be the best looking kid in the world. Or we can wish for something else besides money, fame, or good looks. It's just vague on that last one. So those are the 4 options there. Let me know if you got a vote in chat, you know. Say we'll give you a second.
Oh, I think I read this one before.
Celebrity, wealth, good looks, or something else. You know what we need for the in-between parts is we need a Jeopardy sound.
Yeah, but that's copy.
Well, I mean, we'll make a knockoff version. A sound alike. Just do it in key up, you know? Fuck it.
Or just do.
That would just be the perfect thing while we're waiting for votes. Just a little bit of the Jeopardy music. Alrighty. Any votes there? It looks like we're not gonna get any votes from the chat. I guess. What are you thinking?
Well. Ah, damn, I remember this one too. I freaking remember this one.
Yeah, we've done this one before for sure.
Oh, I don't think I was here when you did this one.
Oh, was this one that you were in the chat for?
No, this one was, this one I did myself when I was a kid.
Ah. So you had a good couple of these when I was a kid.
And I know
I don't think I had this one. I had the peanut butter one when I was a kid and the carnival one. I had those.
Oh boy. And if I remember right, you want to speed run it?
Oh my god! He's like, well, I've got the shortest path to the end game here, baby. I know how to lose fast.
Are you sure it's lose fast? Pretty sure you can win fast too. Let's see here.
You think celebrity, wealth, good looks, or something else?
Well, I'm not gonna, because if I remember, I'm not gonna do that one. The one that I think is the quickest way. I think I'm gonna go with being Dash and AF.
Alright, so we gotta vote for wishing to be the best looking kid in the world.
How fitting while I'm chowing down on chocolate cake, right?
There you go.
Hey, all that's left is
His bow.
Yep.
Okay. You think hard, not wanting to make a choice too quickly. Finally, you decide. You've always wanted to be really good looking. So cute that people would stop and stare at you. I wish to be good looking, you tell the genie. I want to be so stunning that people's mouths hang open when they see me. Jenna giggles. Yep, she says, jumping up from the chair. That's an easy one. I get it all the time. That makes sense to you. You imagine a lot of people want to be good looking. Okay, Jenna pops her gum. Hold on to your socks, kiddo. Here goes.
Alright.
Whoosh! White smoke fills the room. It smothers you, but only for a second. Then it clears as quickly as it came. You can't wait to look in the mirror. Except that you can't move. Not an inch. Something's holding you in place. As if you're frozen in ice. Horrible, tight feeling of fear grips your throat, closing in so tight that you can't even swallow. What's happening? You try to speak, to scream for help, but you can't open your mouth. Oh no! You're paralyzed! What did the genie do? You stare straight ahead, unable to move. You can't even blink. You try to figure out where you are. The wall across from you is covered with paintings, but there's no furniture in the room. Nothing but a low bench. Weird, you think. It looks like a museum. Ah, a woman standing in front of you gasps. Look at the shadows on the hair. So beautiful. People stop to stare at you, alright. And when their mouths hang open when they see you, just as you asked for in your wish. The awful truth dawns on you. Your wish has come true, but not at all in the way you had hoped. You are beautiful, alright. Jenna has turned you into a beautiful painting. A painting so beautiful, it hangs in a museum. But that's not what I meant, your mind screams. But there's no way to wish yourself out of this mess. You can't exactly open a cola can, and let out a genie if you're frozen inside a painting. Or say the special wish-making sounds. Or wish-making words. Look at this painting, a man in front of you whispers to his friend. Isn't it beautiful? And so lifelike. Being beautiful may not be all it's cracked up to be. You guess you're really hung up on your looks. The end.
Wow, I speed ran failing it too.
Yeah. I say that one was over pretty quick.
Yeah, wow. Because, yeah, I think speed run winning it would be wishing for something else.
No, I've seen that one too. I mean, it's not like an instant end or whatever, but
No,
it is.
but it's...
I mean, you do end up making a wish, you just don't, you know. The character doesn't realize they wish until after. Oh shit, you know, one of those sort of things. Okay, let's see. Alright, a couple years ago. I think we may have done this last year.
let's see here.
This one. Oh, I think I did that one last year because we don't do it very often, so I think we did it last year. Like, hey, this figure's new. That's kind of... Going on. There's that.
Oh.
Turn myself around here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember all the books, but damn, I'm like, we can speedrun losing real good in these books.
And now we're going to do... Oh, jeez, I gotta read it. Welcome to the Wicked Wax Museum. Alrighty. Cool! You exclaim to your best friends Liz and Jake. The field trip to the Wicked Wax Museum is today. I can't believe our class gets to see it the day before the grand opening. Finally, Mr. Dunning's history class won't be such a bore, Jake adds, flipping his black baseball cap around and backwards. Mr. Dunning? Why, like Mr. Dull. You said it, Liz giggles. Her red curls bounce when she laughs. Hey, why is it called the Wicked Wax Museum anyway? That's the name of the guy who owns it, Jake explains. Dr. Is He Wicked? It's Izzy, I-Z-Z-Y.
Yeah.
Dr. Izzy Wicked. He made all the wax figures.
Yeah.
Well, according to Mr. Dull, Liz adds, the museum is supposed to bring history to life for us or something like that. Yeah, right, Jake smirks. And maybe the wax figures will come to life too. Oh, gross, Liz cries. You're giving me the creeps, Jake. Come on, you two, you say. The bus is here. Let's be the first in line so we can grab the back seats. Oh, they know. These kids know.
Oh.
They knew where the cool seats were.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The cool kid seats. You know. You know what it's like. Or do you?
Especially that one seat in the back that's like half a seat.
Oh, the one-seater. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It looks like I have to sit alone. Looks like you can't sit next to me because there's not enough room on this one.
It's like I'm just too cool to sit with somebody else on this bus ride.
On the bus, you rush to the back. You and Liz take a two-seater. Jake sits alone across the aisle with his red sneakered feet on the seat. Now no one else can sit there. Jake leans back. His chin-length brown hair falls over the top of the seat. Let's get this crate rolling, he mutters. All right, people, Mr. Dunning shouts from the front of the bus. Thanks to my personal donation to the museum, we get to see the place before it opens to the public tomorrow. The teacher does one last head count. All right, Sal, he says to the driver. We're all here. Let's go. As soon as the bus starts moving, Jake presses his nose and lips flat against the window for the viewing pleasure of other people on the road. Then he breathes under the window and writes in the steam, "Honk if you hate history." Honk, you say laughing. Honk, honk, Liz adds. You and Liz are honking so loud you don't see Mr. Dunning coming down the aisle. He looks mad. That's enough out of you three. Always making trouble. The red-faced Mr. Dunning sputters. If you hate history so much, then you can just wait for the rest of us in the lobby. Oh, brother, you groan. There goes our fun. Minutes later, the bus pulls into a stone building. Mr. Dunning leads the class into the lobby of the Wicked Wax Museum. A scowling woman in purple turban and gold bracelet sits inside a ticket booth. These three students will not be going in, Mr. Dunning tells her. He turns to you, Jake, and Liz, and points to a bench by the wall. Sit there, you little monsters, and you'd better still be sitting there when I come back. The class leaves you behind as they enter the Hall of Historical Exhibits. A red door closes after them. Jake manages to sit still for a few minutes. Then he jumps up and says, I think it's time for us to take a little tour of our own.
Of course.
Jake, don't! You whisper loudly as he disappears through the red door. You glance at the ticket lady. She's busy with something in the booth. Jake! You call again. We're in enough trouble already! You jump up from the bench and try and grab the door before it closes. Too late. The red door slams in your face. Hey! Open up! You hear Jake yelling through the door. He rattles the knob. Help! He cries. Liz leaps to help you and push the door open. It won't budge. Ha ha! Funny! Stop kidding around, Jake! She scolds. Help! Jake screams again. He really does sound scared. Then you hear a whir, like a motor starting up. The click of gears mingles with Jake's cries. Jake! You shout. There's no answer. You press your ear against the door and listen. I think something is really wrong, you whisper to Liz. His cries are getting further away. We have to get in. You shake the door handle and give one last push. Suddenly, the door opens easily. Darkness greets you both. Darkness and the loud whirring of a motor. No sign of Jake. And first option here, looks like we can go in after Jake or decide to get help first.
Whew. Oh man. Oh man. That's a thing. Let's see here.
If you're there watching in the chat, go ahead and throw us a vote. If you want to get help or just go right in after Jake. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking get help.
You going for help?
Yeah.
Give a second for the chat, see? I haven't really had anybody pop into chat. Chat rate of 0 tonight. Nice. Huh. Yeah, that's neat to know.
What's up?
I'm looking at some of the features of the live streaming here. Didn't know they had that. So.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, looks like we're gonna go with your choice. So we're gonna go get help first.
Now I'm just thinking about that PSA. Get some help.
If you are on drugs, stop. Get some help. Hey, McDonald's, come here today. Giving me this opportunity. It's literally just you and a green screen and a script. What fucking opportunity did you get? Alright.
You see, a nameless corporation gave me an F-ton of cash.
It's literally, I guess, essentially what he's saying. Is they paid me a lot of money to do this ad read.
Yeah.
This PSA read. Okay. You're beginning to believe Jake's screams really aren't a joke. Still, you don't want to go through the pitch-dark doorway that yawns in front of you. You better ask someone for help, you suggest. You look around the lobby. There's no one here except for that weird ticket lady, Liz whispers. She looks like a fortune teller in that purple turban. She gives me the creeps. Well, creepy or not, she's the only one here, you point out. You approach the ticket window. The ticket lady is sitting with her back to you. Excuse me, you say. The ticket lady doesn't speak or move. Excuse me, you say a little louder. We think our friend is in trouble. Can you help us? Still no answer. Why won't you answer? Liz yells. What's wrong with you? Maybe she's deaf, you whisper. You reach into the booth and tap the ticket lady on the arm. Her arm is cold and hard. You gasp. She's not real. She's only a wax figure. What's going on here? An awful, gurgling cry from the doorway behind you makes you both shudder. Jake, there's no time to figure out why the ticket lady is made of wax. Your friend needs your help. We'll have to go outside and find the bus driver, you tell Liz. Come on! You step outside the lobby and look for Sal, the bus driver, but he's nowhere in sight. In fact, there isn't a living soul anywhere around you. What are you gonna do? At that moment, a long black limousine pulls up next to you. The windows are tinted dark blue. You can't see inside. The passenger side window slowly glides down. A uniformed driver leans across the seat. His hat draws a deep shadow that hides his face. But his voice is friendly as he says, I'm Axel. May I be of some assistance? Help! Liz cries. Our friend is trapped in the museum, and we can't find anybody to help us rescue him. Calm down, Axel says. There's a phone in the back seat. Get in. You can call for help. The limo's back door opens. You spot the phone, but that's not all you see. The car is equipped with the works. There's a television, a refrigerator filled with sodas and snacks, a CD player, and every CD anyone could want. Wow, this car is loaded, you declare. The driver laughs. That's right. Hop in and help yourselves to soda. Put on some music. Your parents always told you to never get into a stranger's car. On the other hand, you do need to call for help. And a cold soda sure would taste good. What do you do? So we gonna get in the limo or not?
Oh,
throw
God.
a vote if you're there in the stream. Throw a vote in the chat. We're getting in the limo or staying the hell outside the limo. Are you gonna listen to what your parents told you, or you're gonna get inside the limo and it's fully loaded?
They might, yeah. They got Dr. Pepper in there. And the phone.
And CDs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
I wonder if they got a record player in it. Since
You know, maybe they got some Betamax in there.
That's it. Oh my God! You have both parts of the 2-part Betamax of E.T. Oh my God! Yes. How did you know this was my favorite format? The Sony logo on your shirt. Oh yeah, that's a dead giveaway, huh? Also a big Blu-ray guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We may have lost the tape wars, but we won the disc wars. I think Microsoft won the disc wars. They backed the HD DVD. Yeah, but they made you pay out the butthole for. They didn't care. They were already getting ready to stream. They kind of won because they gave up and moved on to the next thing. You took the bait. Alrighty, I don't see any votes in the chat, so what are you thinking?
I'm thinking let's get in there, use that phone, crack open a cola.
Alrighty, it looks like we're getting inside of the limo.
Like a bunch of knuckleheads. Did you want
Oh no, I'm good.
Alright, I'm going to put it back in there.
Fair enough.
I'm going to put it back.
So what if your parents told you not to get into strange cars? This is an exception. All right, you exclaim. Liz steps into the luxurious limo first and leans back into the buttery leather seat. You follow her and reach for a soda. Without warning, the door slams. Power locks click. Seatbelts shoot across you and strap you tightly in place. Strapped and trapped. Axel guns the engine. Hey! You yell. What's going on? The limo roars away. You twist in your seat to stare back at the museum. Where's Mr. Dunning when you need him? A figure runs out of the front door. It's Jake! Liz cries. Jake is waving his arms and shouting. You can hear his words faintly. Come back, he yells. It was just a joke. A joke? Liz sputters. I'm gonna kill Jake. A sudden burst of blue light, like a camera flash, blinds you. When you can see again, you glare at Axel in the rearview mirror. What's the big idea? You ask. Or you start to ask. Actually, the words never leave your mouth. Instead, you gape in horror at Axel's face. Yow! He's a monster! Liz yells. What happened to your face? You croak. Axel clacks his yellow teeth together. Don't you like it? My boss, Sybil Wicked, gave me the facelift. Huh? A facelift? You repeat, horrified. His boss? Liz whispers. You stare at each other. You just had a horrible idea. Where are you taking us, Axel? You ask. To Miss Sybil, of course. Axel says, I faxed pictures of your faces on ahead to her. She's dying to meet you both. You gulp. You don't know who this Miss Sybil is, or what she wants with you, but you don't feel any need to find out. You've got to get out of this limo. Phone, Liz whispers in your ear. Call 911. Great idea. You reach for the phone, and that's when you notice that it only has 3 buttons, and none of them says 911. One button has a picture of a clock on it, the second has a laughing jester's face, and the third is completely blank. You've got to push one of them. It's your only chance. But which one? So are we going to try the button with the clock, the blank button, or the laughing jester? If you're there in the chat, don't feel afraid to throw a vote. Clock, jester, or blank? Which button we hitting? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking blank.
Alrighty, we'll give it just another second for the chat. See if they're going to throw a vote. Oh, I thought I heard them. It's just a car outside, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those cars are being extra cheeky tonight.
Alrighty, looks like I guess we're going with the blank button. You decide on the blank button. Here goes nothing, you mutter, picking up the phone. You press. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Busy? I don't believe this, you grumble. But the next time you try, you hear a click. Then a recorded voice comes over the line. I'm sorry, your call cannot go through. But you can! The limo screeches to a halt. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of Axel's face. It's furious. As furious as a bear's skull can look, that is. The floor of the limousine drops out. A trap door. Your seatbelt flies open. Next thing you know, you and Liz are shooting down a long, sloping tunnel. Whoa! You cry. You're on a metal slide, bouncing off stone walls. Down, down, down you go. Finally, you land with a thud. Where are we? Liz stammers as she picks herself up. You gaze around. You're in a windowless little room that looks like a dungeon cell. Greenish water oozes down slimy stone walls and makes puddles at the bottom. In one corner, there's a wooden door. It's held closed by a rusted chain and a big padlock. The door, chain and lock, are thickly covered with spider webs. Ugh, you shudder. Spiders give you the creeps. I don't know where we are, you reply, brushing yourself off. But I know we've got to get out of here. Before that weirdo Axel finds us. Yeah, Liz agrees. And if we don't get back to the Wax Museum before Mr. Dunning misses us, we've had it. You don't really want to go through spiderwebs to that door. You gaze up the chute that dumped you here. You might be able to climb back up. But will the skull-faced Axel be waiting for you? So now we've got another vote here. We can try the locked door, or we can climb back up the chute.
I'm already saying door.
But I'd like to know what someone else would like to. I like choose your own adventure books though.
Oh, we'll see. We haven't got anybody voting in the chat yet. So we're gonna go try for the locked door or climb the chute. Okay, looks like we're gonna try for the locked door. We already know where the other end of the chute comes out, so I guess we should investigate the locked door, you say reluctantly. If you say so, Liz agrees, but I'm not going first. Just what you hoped she wouldn't say. Oh, well. Clenching your teeth, you brush away the sticky spiderwebs side until you can see the padlock. You hold it open in your palm. You hold it in your palm. Something brushes the underside of your hand. You look down. A big, black, hairy spider crawls over your palm. Yuck! You shudder from head to foot. Then the spider sidesteps to another part of the web, and the rusty padlock crumbles in your hand. Nice going! Liz cheers. No problem, you answer modestly. But the next step isn't so easy. Besides, you don't know what's on the other side, because you don't know what's on the other side of that door. Taking a deep breath, you give the door a push. It creaks open. Liz stands back. You step inside and gasp. You can't believe your eyes. What is it? Liz cries, moving behind you. Then she sees what you see. Oh, wow, she mutters. Too strange. You're in someone's bedroom. Everything is purple. The walls, the furniture, the bedspread is lavender, the doors and the far wall are painted a dark plum, but it's not the purple that's getting to you. It's the fact there are no windows either. It's what's on the walls. Dozens of giant blown-up photos. And they're all of your face and Liz's. You and Liz walk slowly around the room, studying the pictures. They're all marked up. Your nose, your eyes, and your mouth are covered with circles and arrows and measurements. Someone has penciled notes next to them. Excellent nostrils. Correct lower lip. Upper lip good. Adjust eye color. Liz calls at you from across the room. "You've got to see this," she says. "It gets worse." Liz is staring at a framed yellow newspaper clipping that hangs on the wall. "It's about a terrible fire at Dr. Wicked's lab 3 years ago," she whispers. She points to the photo. "That was his daughter. He was teaching her a secret method of making lifelike wax dummies." You lean forward and peer at the photo. It shows a girl with long black hair. Her face has been cut out of the picture. "Sybil Wicked, age 14, was lost in the blaze," you read. You feel very cold all of a sudden. "Liz," you say, "didn't Axel say he works for Sybil Wicked?" Liz nods. Her freckled face is pale. "But how," you ask, "can he work for someone who's dead?" "I'd rather not find out," Liz declares. "We've got to get out of here. Come on, let's try one of those doors. "Wait a second," you call. You spotted a blueprint tacked to the wall by the bed. You cross the room for a closer look. Liz is right behind you. Detailed drawings of a machine that looks like a steel octopus. 8 robotic arms reach out from a round stainless steel cylinder. Each arm has a different function and is labeled clearly. Face peeler, eye popper, lip ripper, ear eraser, nose nipper, chin skinner, bone breaker, skin scaler. This machine is labeled the facelifter. "Oh, gross!" Liz exclaims.
Nasty.
"It lifts the features right off your face. Do you think that's what happened to Axel?" Before you can answer, you hear footsteps outside the room. It's hard to tell which direction they're coming from. You need to hide. But should you risk going through one of the doors and maybe running into someone? Or should you dive under the bed? So we got 2 options again. Either go for one of the doors or dive under the bed. Let us know if you got a vote in chat. Let us know. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the door.
Alrighty, so looks like we got 1 vote for the door. Alrighty, looks like we're taking the doors. Let's risk the doors, you decide. You never know what might be lurking under a bed. Grabbing Liz's arm, you race to the right-hand purple door and throw it open. It's a closet, and it's full of row after row of identical purple robes. The footsteps are right outside the room. "No time to waste," Liz whispers. She crowds into the closet with you. Then she pulls the door closed behind. The only light comes through a large keyhole that's just at eye level. Even with that little light, you can tell that the closet is deep. In fact, you can't find the back wall at all. Then the light vanishes. Something is blocking the keyhole. Something that shines faintly. An eye! Someone is looking through the keyhole. What should you do now? If you stay very still, maybe the eye won't see you. Or maybe this is the time to find out how far back the closet goes. Better decide fast. Are we going to stay still, or are we going to explore the closet?
Wait a minute. Explore the closet? I mean, there's... I'm like, explore the closet? What? Not much much to explore. I mean, maybe we can hide in one of the purple outfits, I guess.
Any votes there, chat? I didn't think so. So what are you thinking?
Ooh, the closet. Yeah, explore the closet.
How can you stay perfectly still when you're shaking like a blob of jello? You decide to look for another way out. Shoving Liz ahead of you, you push through the purple robes. Behind you, the closet door flies open. A familiar voice calls out. Peekaboo! I see you! And I'm coming to get you! It's Axel! Hurry! You mutter. Hey! Liz exclaims. There's something here. It's a... The rest of her words are cut off. You charge toward the back of the closet, battling hanging robes out of your way. Liz! You shout. Where are you? You smash into a flat, smooth surface. It feels like glass, and it's moving. You're in a revolving door. You spin around through a revolving door and stumble out the other side. Ahead of you stretches a long room, but you only get a glimpse of it, because there's nothing under your feet. You're falling. Ah! You yell. Your voice trails away behind you as you plummet down. Down. Splat! You land on something soft and squishy and smelly. Pee-ew! Liz's voice complains next to you. Liz! You cry. You struggle to sit up. What happened? Where are we? In the garbage, Liz tells you. You gaze around. You're surrounded by mounds of banana peels and coffee grounds, chicken bones, and rotting vegetables. Giant buzzing flies swarm around your head. Yuck. You must have fallen through a trapdoor right into a dumpster. With a jerk, the dumpster starts to move. Liz peers over the side. We're on some kind of train track, she reports, and we're headed for that dark tunnel up ahead. Dark tunnel? Maybe we should get off now, you suggest. Then you think again. Or maybe we should stay put. This dumpster could be our ticket out of here. And two options. Stay and ride the dumpster on the track, or get the heck out of it.
I'm gonna get out of Dodge. Fuck that.
So you're voting to get out of it?
Yeah. It's on a one-way track. And,
Okay, looks like we're getting out of the thing, I suppose. I think we should get out of the dumpster. It might be going to an incinerator, you point out. We'll find another way out of this crazy place. Right, Liz agrees. Let's go. The two of you scramble over to the side of the big dumpster and jump down to the floor. Not a moment too soon. The dumpster plunges into the tunnel and is swallowed by darkness. You're in what looks like a basement. It's huge and dimly lit. A set of rails snakes past your feet. The tracks in the dumpster moves on. Let's follow these back and see where they start, Liz suggests. It's a good idea. You trace the tracks backwards until they disappear into another dark tunnel. You don't want to follow them in there. Instead, you climb the 7 steps next to them. At the top of the steps, there's an arched doorway. Cautiously, you stick your head through. You're looking down a long hall lined with purple doors. Aha! Yells a voice behind you. There you are! You jump. Who yelled? When you look the other way down the hall, your heart sinks. Standing at the far end of the hall is Axel. Even at this distance, his fleshless face gives you shivers. Exactly what happened to him? You wonder, but there isn't time to think about it right now, because Axel is moving towards you. Fast. You try to keep calm. Maybe we should run? You tell Liz. She doesn't answer. That's when you realize that she's already halfway down the hall. Wait for me! You yell as you sprint after her. You catch up to Liz at the end of the hall. There's no way out, she pants. Let's see what's behind one of these doors. She throws open a door and you dash through. Then you slow down to look around. Where are you? This room looks like a kitchen of a fancy restaurant. It's full of gleaming stainless steel machines. There's one that looks like a giant mixer and another with dozens of sharp blades. It's labeled Peeler. But the one that really gives you chills is the deboner. You and Liz inspect the deboner. It's a giant, shallow funnel set into the floor. A cluster of metal arms hangs from the ceiling above it. Some are equipped with drills, saws, and other tools. But most of them end in wicked-looking claws. Clack! Clack! The claws snap menacingly as you draw near. Isn't it a clever toy? Someone whispers behind you. Axel. He sneaks up behind you. You think fast. Liz, go left, you order. And as you dodge to the right, Axel lunges after you and trips over the electrical cord of the deboner. Yeah! He yells as he topples into the funnel. The deboner's mechanical arms move in a blur. Before you know it, Axel is hanging in midair, held tightly by dozens of claws. A drill hums towards his heart. Help me! He begs. Tears well up in his eye sockets. I already lost my face. Don't let me lose my bones as well. Please. You hesitate. You feel kind of sorry for Axel. Even he doesn't deserve to be deboned. On the other hand, if you help him, you might be sorry. So you gonna help Axel or not?
Boy. I'd help him out. Yeah, I had to take a couple from family, so that's why I just kind of poked out the room for a little bit.
Alright, here we go. I think we should help Axel, you whisper to Liz. She makes a face. Are you kidding? He kidnapped us and brought us to this weird place. Who knows what horrible things he was going to do with us? And now you want to help him. What if he comes after us again? She has a point. Maybe you should think again. Still want to help Axel? Or have you changed your mind?
Oh gosh, my brain is going, oh boy, what's the worst that could happen? He kills us. What's the worst that could happen? He kills us. It's like, but I think I'm gonna double down.
You gonna double down?
Yep.
Alright, it looks like we're helping Axel. I still think we should help Axel, you tell Liz. No matter how awful he is, this horrible deboner is worse. Liz looks doubtful. Alright, she says at last. The drill is almost touching Axel's chest by now. You rush over and yank the deboner's electrical cord. Blah, blah. Sparks shoot out from the outlet as the machine is unplugged. Slowly the drill stops turning. The claws drop Axel into the ground, into the giant funnel. He picks himself up and climbs out. "Thank you," he cries, hugging you and Liz. Tears pour down his bare cheekbones. "I'm so touched. No one's ever done anything nice for me before. You two are real friends." "Great," Liz grins. "So you'll let us go, right?" Axel shakes his skull sadly. "I'm sorry," he says softly. "I can't do that. Miss Sybil would never forgive me." Liz glares at you. "I knew I never should have listened to you," she yells. "Come on, let's run." "Wait!" Axel cries. "I can't help you escape," Axel tells you, "but I can give you something that might help you later on." He takes a round mirror from his jacket pocket. "Keep this," he says, handing it to you. "It might come in handy." "For what?" Liz asks. "Why would we need a mirror?" "I can't tell you," Axel says. "Can you at least tell us why we're here?" you ask. Axel sighs. "My boss is Sybil Wicked," he says. "She's a scientist like her father, Dr. Izzy Wicked. 3 years ago, Miss Sybil was in a fire. Everyone thinks she died, but she didn't. She lived. But her face is horribly burned. Since then, she's been living in secret, working on a way to make a new face for herself. But she needs someone else's face to do it." You shudder. "You mean she wants to steal our faces? Is that what happened to you, Axel?" Axel nods. "An early experiment," he explains. "It didn't work. But Miss Sybil keeps me here as a servant." What a gruesome story. "You can't let it happen to you." "Now go," Axel tells you and Liz. "I'll count to 1,000 before I come after you again. And good luck." You tiptoe away as he starts to count.
I just hope he doesn't cheat like that kid in the other one.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't cheat like that bastard kid in the other one. 87, 98, 4,403.
Wait a minute. I think I counted too much. Let me go back.
947.
Yeah, and he counting backwards to 100.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You and Liz leave by a door at the far end of the deboner room. It takes you to a long flight of stairs. You go up, and up, and up. At last you reach the end. Whew! You pant. We must really be high up now. You hurry into a room with 2 hallways branching off from them. "Maybe one of these halls leads outside," Liz suggests. "I'll check the one on the right. You check the left." You agree. But as you're moving toward the hall on the left, you notice a round window set into the middle of the floor, like a porthole. Curious. You kneel down and peer through it. You're gazing at what seems to be a scientific laboratory. A black-haired girl in a large purple robe is examining something in a test tube. Her back is to you, but as you watch, she turns around, and you catch a glimpse of her face. You clasp your hands over your mouth before the scream can get out. It's the face of the girl. The face of the girl in the lab is a real horror. It looks as though it's been stitched together from many different faces. Seams crisscross her cheeks. Her skin is all different colors. A tuft of red hair grows out of the middle of her forehead. One eye is blue, and the other is brown. The brown eye is bigger than the blue eye, and it's 2 inches higher up on her face. You realize you're staring at it. Then you realize who you're staring at. It can only be Sybil Wicked. "This is a dead end," Liz complains as she emerges from the right end hallway. "How about the other end?" "Hey, what are you looking at?" You hesitate. Sybil's face is really scary, you think. Should you let Liz see it? Or should you spare her some nightmares? Alright, go ahead and throw it in the chat if you're there. If you want to show Liz the Sybil Wicked's face, or just spare her from it. What are you thinking?
I'm going to share the wealth.
I'm going to share the wealth. Well, we got one vote for sharing the nightmare fuel. Any votes in the chat there? Anybody want to... Are we going to spare the nightmare fuel? You going to show some mercy, or are we going to go for it? Alright, looks like we're sharing the wealth. You've got to see this, you tell Liz. It's Sybil Wicked. You won't believe your eyes. Liz kneels beside you and gazes through the porthole and screams, "Ah, horrible face!" At the sound of the scream, Sybil Wicked looks up. She's staring right into your eyes. You're so scared you can't move, which is too bad. You'd have been better off running away. Sybil reaches down and pulls a big purple lever on the floor of the lab, and the floor beneath you and Liz caves in. It's a trap door, and you're falling through it. Thud! You hit the floor of the lab.
Oh, damn it.
Face first. You lie there for a moment, stunned. Oh, you moan. Then you notice a pair of feet in front of you. Slowly your eyes travel up, over a purple robe, past long black hair. Your gaze stops at last on the face of the hideous Sybil Wicked. Before you can react, Sybil hauls you up and ties you to a chair. Liz is already tied to another one next to you. Your nose throbs and your lip feels like it might split. Liz has a black eye. Sybil paces, grumbling to herself. These faces are ruined, she whines. Flattened, bent, swollen. I can't use them now. They look as bad as the one I already have. Too bad, you remark. I guess that means you'll have to let us go, doesn't it? Sybil laughs. Ha! I can't let you go now. You could get me in trouble. No, I think I'll keep you for one of my other experiments. What other experiments? Liz stammers. You'll find out soon enough, Sybil says, smirking. Not soon enough, as far as you're concerned. Axel carts you away into a giant hamster cage. The only thing there is to do in there is run on a giant exercise wheel, which gets really boring, really fast. After a week, you're just wishing for the end.
Dang. That was a pretty good one.
There we go.
I like that one. That one was a pretty big adventure.
We got a lot out of that one for sure. We definitely made a decent number of choices there. We made
Yeah. And some twists, turns, some highways and byways, all that good stuff. Or as you would say in a previous video, the good stuff.
That's right. The good stuff. I don't even think I could do it the way I did it in the video anymore. I tell you what, I can't wait one of these days to use those clips from the Machine Girl outtakes. Some great clips. I knew John was gonna show up, but it was so perfect. Hey John, how's it going? He's like,
Yeah, and you just hear in the back, what the? What's going on?
Boy, we confused John real good. That's for sure.
I don't know. I think he just looked. He's like, all right.
Yeah, I don't think he cared too much. Oh.
But that's still like one of those things where you just walk in and you're like, all right.
Yeah. Like, oh, we're doing a video. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have the cover for this one. Gotta be careful with this one. This one's gotten beat to heck. But now it is time for quick retread of a classic. I think we do this just about every year. I think we do at least one of this. Escape from the Carnival of Horrors. And last year, I think, was a big year. We did it like 3 times that night.
Oh, yeah. I think we did. Yeah.
So here we go. What do you want to do? I don't know. Patty, what do you want to do? Not fair, Brad. I asked you first. Patty and Brad, your 2 best friends, arguing as usual. It's the last week of August, and Patty and Brad haven't stopped fighting since your summer vacation started. Patty likes being bossy. You don't mind, though. It's no big deal. It's hard to win a fight with her anyway. You don't know why Brad even tries. You guess it's because he doesn't want to look like a wimp in front of a girl. There's nothing to do. I guess I'll just go home, Brad says. He shoves his hands in his pocket, and then his shoulders slump and he sort of shrivels up. You guess Brad is kind of a wimp, even if he is your best friend. You're so boring, Brad, Patty complains. Whenever Patty complains, her freckles really pop out. Now there are about 1 million of them spread across her face. Hey, I know what we should do, Patty suddenly bursts out. Let's bike over to Bennett's Field and watch them set up the carnival. I don't know, you answer. It's getting dark, and Mom said I have to be home by 9. It's only a quick bike ride, Brad says. Are you some kind of wimp? Brad, calling you a wimp. You can't believe it. Okay, you agree. But if it's as bad as last year, there won't be much to see. Don't you remember the main attraction? You remind them. The ride they called Terror Track. It turned out to be a baby choo-choo train that circled around and around. It doesn't matter what you say. Patty's made up her mind. You're going to ride over to the carnival. A hot, humid breeze blows up in your face as you pedal along. Patty's in the lead, no surprise. And Brad's puffing behind you. It's dark by the time you reach Bennett's Field. You and your friends drop your bikes in the grass and race across the moonlit field toward the huge wooden fence that surrounds the carnival. As you reach the carnival entrance, you hear music coming from inside. Not the usual corny organ stuff. They always play, but some really strange music. It sounds familiar and totally new at the same time. Brad stretches his neck to try and peer over the fence, but no luck. The fence is way too high. Patty jiggles the padlock on the door. It's sealed shut. I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow night when the carnival opens, Brad says. No way, Patty says. Let's climb the fence. Now. Are you crazy? Brad says. We'll get caught. Your friends turn to... Okay. Come on, there's probably no one in there, Patty replies. Your friends turn to you to cast the deciding vote. You glance at your watch. It's almost 9:00 p.m. If you're going to get home in time, you should start back now. What are you going to do? Are you going to go back home? Or are you going to climb the fence and get inside?
Oh, I remember this.
I'm sure you do. It's one of the funnier examples of it.
Oh yeah. And I did enjoy it.
Just give me 1 second. You've decided not to sneak into the carnival? You're going home instead. Well, it's a good thing Patty usually makes all the decisions. Otherwise, you'd never have any fun. And this book would be over before it began. Go ahead, take a deep breath, then go climb the fence. You're not scared, are you?
I love that. It's just
a good
like,
one.
It makes up. It pretty much tells you.
It's like, no, you are climbing that
climbing
fence.
the fence anyways. So
Let's do it, you say to your friends. Let's climb the fence. Patty is halfway up before you finish speaking. You let Brad go next. You're last. It's a hard climb up. There's really no place on the fence to get a good grip. But you make it to the top, swing your legs over, and tumble down. You land on the grass. You're inside. You and your friends gaze around. It's pretty dark. The only light comes from torches. At first, the carnival looks the same as it always does. Dinky rides, hot dog wagons. Then lights start to flicker on in every corner of the field. The rides start to move. It's as if the whole place is magically coming to life. Hey! Look at that giant roller coaster! You exclaim, pointing up ahead. They never had a roller coaster before. Yeah, Brad agrees. The whole place is a lot bigger than last year. This is awesome! Patty says as she sprints towards the rides. You and Brad take off after Patty. You all stop in front of the roller coaster. Wow, Patty says as she gazes up at it. It's like a rocket to outer space! Beyond the roller coaster, you spy a castle surrounded by a moat and a spooky-looking haunted house sitting high atop a hill. These are the coolest rides I've ever seen, you say. They still have that dumb choo-choo train over here. You point out, but we could ride the other stuff all night and never go near it. Patty grabs your arm and tugs you over to the other side of the carnival, to the midway. Brad races after you. Hey, where are all those dinky wooden booths from last year? You ask as you gawk at the amazing games of chance. They're gone. And in their place are giant video games and huge spinning wheels studded with hundreds of blinking colored lights. Get a load of that, Brad suddenly cries out. You and Patty spin around. You can't believe what you see. You're staring at a sign that reads, World's Freakiest Freak Show. The three of you gape at the pictures. There's a three-headed man with the ugliest collection of faces you've ever seen, and the snake lady, a young blonde girl with a beautiful face and the body of a slithering snake. This is, you start to say, but you don't finish, because a large hand has come down on your shoulder. Hard. You slowly turn and gaze up at a huge man with shoulders wider than a refrigerator. He has coal-black eyes with a thick mustache to match. He looks strong enough, and mean enough, to pitch you over the fence with one hand. What are you doing? His deep voice booms. You're not allowed in here, he says, pointing directly at you. We're sorry, you say, hoping you appear sorry and not just scared. We wanted to look around, that's all. We'll leave, right now. His eyes stare into yours. He clamps down hard on both shoulders and says, You're not going anywhere. Oh no. What do you mean? Brad asks, trembling all over. I just had an idea. A great idea, the man replies. I want you kids to stay and try out the rides before the grand opening tomorrow. Patty's eyes open wide. Cool, she says. Are you sure it's alright? With the owner? You ask. I'm Big Al, the manager. And what I say around here goes. Big Al digs around his checker jacket and pulls out 3 maps. He hands one to each of you. Study them carefully, he says. If you have any questions, ask them now. Your eyes fall upon the map. You have a question, but when you gaze up, Big Al is gone. He's vanished. A whole carnival to ourselves, Patty exclaims. Where should we start? You stare down at your map once again. You notice that the carnival is split in half. On one side are the rides, tons of them. On the other side is the midway, packed with games of chance and the freak show. Which will you try first? So are we going on the rides, or are we going on the midway? We're going to check the midway out. I think the person that was with us for a second there in chat is gone. What are you thinking, Jeff?
I'm thinking the midway this time.
Alrighty, looks like unless we get a vote in the chat, we're going to go to the midway. Let's head for the midway and play some games, you say. You, Patty, and Brad jog down the wide avenue. Tents of every color line the street. Carnival music blares from the loudspeakers. You spot a green neon sign flashing above a yellow striped tent. The sign reads, Madame Zeno, fortune teller. Excellent, you exclaim. I'm going in. You tell your friends you'll catch up with them in a minute. You lift the tent flap, and inside, one small candle flickers in the dark. You hear a low voice call out, Enter my chamber. There is Madame Zeno, sitting in the shadows. She wears a long red dress dotted with brightly colored gems. They shimmer in the candlelight. Her black hair tumbles to her shoulders as she bends over a large crystal ball. Welcome, she whispers. Then she reaches out gently and lifts your hand. Let me tell you your future. Madame Zeno studies your hand closely. She traces the line in your hand with soft fingers. I see horror in your future. In your immediate future, she warns. What kind of horror? You stammer. What do you mean? Madame Zeno releases your hand. She picks up a strange deck of cards and she spreads them out on the table. You notice the cards have pictures. A headless man, a bloody sword, a large, evil eye. She gathers up all the cards and then flips the deck over. She then deals out a red card and a blue card. Turn one over, she commands. Learn your fate. So red or blue?
Oh gosh. Blue.
Blue?
Yeah. But it's like, dang. I was like, ah.
Okay. Blue is your favorite color. You turn the blue card over. There's a message. Help us. You are our only hope. Hurry to the back door of the freak show. Signed, The Freaks. What does this mean? You ask Madame Zeno. She stares deep into your eyes. Her lips tremble. She leans forward. She's about to speak. And then the lights go out. And a blood-curdling scream rips in the dark. You start to bolt for the door when a dim light suddenly flickers. You stare across the table. Madame Zeno is gone. You reach out to take the card, and it bursts into red-hot flames. In seconds, the entire tent is filled with thick smoke. Flames shoot across the floor. You run for the door. Outside, you gulp the fresh air. Whew, you made it. You glance back. No smoke. No fire. No tent. Everything has disappeared. What should you do now? You gonna help the freaks or not help the freaks?
Oh gosh. Oh god. I remember last year when Z was here. When Z was here, he's like, the freaks.
Yeah, I do remember that. He was adamant with it. Fuck the freaks. He was fast with it too. It's because he's done it. Like I said, we do it like every year. We do this one, so he's he's gone the route of, he's gone both ways, so he was like, nope, not this year. What do you think?
Because, geez, I've only done this once, so I don't remember which route I took. I think I'm gonna say what Z said.
Fuck the freak.
Just the way he said it.
I said, to me, it was just how quick on the draw he was. As soon as I finished the question, he was like, fuck the freaks! Whoa, Z! What the fuck, dude? He's like,
God.
no, what? And I was like, I know you've read the thing before, Z. I know we've done it. He's like, we're not doing it this time. I was like, alright, dude.
That was just too...
It's too perfect.
Yeah. And we're just like, dude.
Like, god dang, Z, chill. Okay.
I love the guy.
Okay. Help some freaks? That's a good one. You laugh. You think about Madame Zeno, the fire, and the disappearing tent. Totally cool. You wonder who thought up such awesome special effects. You can't wait to tell Brad and Patty all about it. You search for your friends in the big wooden booths that line the midway. Instead, you find incredible games of chance. Some test your hand-eye coordination. Others require pure luck. But they all offer the most amazing prizes you've ever seen. CD players, video games, 15-speed mountain bikes. You can't wait to play. You spot a booth across the midway with a crowd gathered in front. That's odd, you think. Didn't Big Al say that we were the only people at the carnival tonight? You wonder if your friends are in the crowd. You move closer. Oh, I get it, you say aloud. These people must work at the carnival. You're about to call out to them until you see their eyes. Strange, haunted eyes. Hi, you say to Big Al. Who are all these people? He doesn't really answer your question. Welcome to the Carnival of Horrors, he says. You must play or pay. We have many games on our midway. You must play too. He practically spits the word must out. If you succeed, you can win prizes. But if you lose, you pay with your life. Boy, he's really laying it on thick, you think. But this is a pretty cool gimmick. Okay, I'll play a game, then I've got to go home. No one goes home, Big Al says, until they play. You must play 2 games and survive. Okay, you mutter to yourself. You glance around the midway at the 2 closest games. Guess Your Weight on Mars and the Wheel of Chance. You have to pick one to start or you'll never get out of here. So we're guessing our weight on Mars or going for the Wheel of Chance?
Chance.
You wander over to the Wheel of Chance and immediately notice 2 strange things. First, you read the sign on the booth. It says Wheel of No Chance. Then you hear the barker's voice calling, "Step right up!" But there's no one there. No one except a green and yellow parrot. "Excuse me," you say, hoping someone will answer. "Is this game open?" "No, I'm standing here by this wheel for my health." The parrot cracks. "Now do you want to spin or what?" The parrot is obviously annoyed. "Mammals," he mutters. "Can't live with them. Can't live without them." You steal a glance around. Maybe you should skip this game, but Big Al sneaks up behind you. "Spin," he says. "You must earn enough points to win." But how will I know if I have enough points? You ask. Spin! It's his final word. Here's how you spin. You close your eyes, you twirl your finger over the wheel on this page, and let your finger land somewhere on the wheel. Look at the number you've landed on. Go to that page next.
Ah.
Oh, I get... Alright. You land on number 19. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Two voices behind you echo. You whirl around and gasp. It's a man with two heads. Congratulations. You win 10 points, one head says to you. Quit while you're ahead. Ahead. Get it? Ahead. The other head adds, laughing hysterically. Shut up, head number 1 says. You shut up, head number 2 shouts back. 10 points is nothing. You better spin again, and this time it's double or nothing. You get double the points whatever you land on. Which head should you listen to? You gonna
Go again.
spin again?
Yeah.
Oh, spin again. Oh, dang. Okay, looks like 38. Got a winner! We've got a winner! The parrot squawks. You've won 25 points. Plus anything you want in the prize room. Step this way! Eagerly you follow the bird into a storeroom behind the booth. It's packed with the weirdest assortment of junk you've ever seen. Dusty old catalogs, stuffed rats, a collection of axes, and portraits of headless people holding their own heads. So pick something. It's getting late, the parrot says. Not this garbage, you think. Then you spot a small shelf of small cans with bright labels. Play and Glow Clay Slime and Monster Blood. Monster Blood? Hey, isn't that the magic stuff you read about in Goosebumps? I'll take the Monster Blood, you decide. Excellent choice, the parrot remarks. As you quickly leave the room with your prizes, you wonder, are 25 points enough? What do you do next? Actually, I guess you got double 25, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's how you think it so.
yeah. But it's fitty enough.
You think it's time for the next game? Guess your weight on Mars?
I guess so. He said we gotta play 2 games.
You take a few steps along the midway, hoping you've won enough prizes and points. You notice the crowd of people surrounding... Wait a minute here. Oh, was that if I have? Oh, there it is. That's I think we're about to do that, but it's... There we go. You step up to the Guess Your Weight on Mars booth. A woman in a spacesuit motions you inside the gate. You pass through and find yourself in the middle of a courtyard that looks just like a miniature launching site, complete with its own rocket. Security check, the lady says as she presses your hand on a fake scanner. So how does this game work, you ask. I'll guess how much you weigh on Mars, she explains. Then you'll enter the planet simulation chamber and stand on the scale. If I'm stumped by more than 1 pound up or down, you win a giant candy bar. What if you guess right? The space lady doesn't say anything at first. She just smiles. A nasty smile. Then she answers. You lose. That's all she says. The space lady slowly circles you as she sizes you up from head to toe. I think you weigh 38 pounds. 38 pounds? Boy, are you wrong. I'm never wrong, she says, smirking. Then she snaps her fingers around two enormous guards, and two enormous guards appear. They each take one of your arms and drag you out of the courtyard. I don't weigh 38 pounds, you yell, but then you remember. It isn't your weight on Earth that matters. It's your weight on Mars. Do you weigh 38 pounds on Mars? You better find out quickly, because something tells you what Big Al said about having to survive might be true.
Alright.
You've got to figure out what you weigh on Mars. Fast. But how? You're about to give up when you notice a flashing sign. It reads, the gravity on Mars is almost 40% that of what it is on Earth. Okay, now you can figure it out. Multiply your real Earth weight by 4. Now drop off the last digit. For example, you weigh 90 pounds. 90 times 4, 360. Dropping off the last digit, you get 36 for your weight on Mars. If you don't want to do the math, you can leave it to luck and just guess. Well, you know, that's the nice thing about everyone playing being adults, is that you were certainly...
Yeah. I am a big boy.
Well, and that one's always a weird one. Like, in years past, we've,
Yeah.
for that one, we've had, like, 4 people. I'll be like, well, I mean, I guess if we're doing, like, an average weight of us, or we take it out... Because if we add all our weights together, obviously we're going to weigh a lot. So, alright. You're pretty sure that the space lady guessed wrong. Now all you have to do is step on the scale and prove it. The two goons shove you inside the planet simulation chamber. It's a long, narrow tube, and it's really stuffy inside. You can barely breathe. You step up on the scale, and you check the readout. Boy, oh boy, the space lady is wrong. You jump up and down. I won! I won! Back outside, you collect your prize. It's a huge chocolate bar. You take a big bite out of it, and stuff the rest in your pocket. You gaze around. The coast is clear. Maybe you can find Patty and Brad and get out of here. You walk a few steps forward, but a heavy hand clamps down on your shoulder from behind. It's Big Al. It's time to play another game, he says, grinning.
Tis it? Ah!
You take a few steps along the midway, hoping you've won enough prizes and points. You notice the crowd of people surrounding Big Al, and they're still chanting, "Pay your play! Pay your play!" You break through the You break through the crowd and grab Big Al's arm. "Hey, do you know where my friends are?" "Certainly," Big Al says, pointing up ahead. "They're right over there." "Patty! Brad!" you shout as you rush up to them. "Come on, we gotta go. This carnival is evil." But before they can say a word, Big Al's voice booms from behind you. "Not before the final challenge!"
Oh, it's sudden death. Literally.
Big Al shoves you and your friends into a huge red tent. It seems to be set up for some kind of show. Red carpeted steps lead up to the platform, which sits under a golden arch. The arch twinkles with 1,000 colored lights that spell out, "Final Challenge." Trumpets blast as people flood into the viewing area. As they march in, they clap their hands and yell, "Final! Final!" Big Al leads you up to the carpeted steps. You are standing on the platform now, in front of a shimmering curtain that hangs down in front of the arch. The crowd begins to chant, "Sudden death! Sudden death!" "What do you think that means?" Patty asks. "The final challenge," Big Al announces, and the crowd goes wild. He turns to you and says, "Remember, the fun and games are over. Now you're playing for your life." "You go first," Big Al says to you. You see Brad and Patty taken off to the side by a huge man in a black hood. Two red-haired dwarfs in clown costumes scurry up the steps. To your surprise, they fit you with new high-top sneakers. Sneakers with metal studs running up from the back. This is going to be some kind of race, you think. But then you change your mind when they snap a heavy metal helmet to your head. The crowd's cheers grow louder. Big Al throws a switch, and the curtain behind you parts, and whammo! The wall behind the curtain turns into a super magnet. You go zinging to the wall like a dart to a bullseye. Seconds later, your head and the back of your feet slam into the wall. You're hanging upside down in the middle of a gigantic magnetic wheel. Are you ready for the final challenge? Big Al asks. Of course not, you say. Let me down. We'll let you down, but not until you face the final challenge. One spin will decide your fate. If you win, you go. If you lose, you stay here forever. Will that be your fate? Big Al approaches the wheel. Brad and Patty are holding on to each other. Your heart is pounding. Your hands are sweating. This is it. One spin. He gives the wheel, with you on it, a hard turn. Where will it stop? Guess. On page 44? On page 74? On page 124? What page? Final! 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 You hear the crowd yelling as you spin around and around. You're getting dizzy. Really dizzy. So dizzy that you faint. Yow! Someone splashes cold water on your face. Your eyes open. Come on! Wake up! It's almost showtime, a raspy voice says. Showtime? You say, gazing into the eyes of a dwarf. What show? The freak show. You're the amazing Siamese triplets. You glance around to see Patty on one side of you and Brad on the other. You try to pull away from them, but you can't. You're stuck together with some kind of glue. Patty says, It isn't glue. Brad argues. Is too. Is not. Well, whatever it is, you are stuck. Stuck between your arguing friends for a long, long time. Like, forever. And here's something you can't argue about. This really is the end. Nice!
Oh man, not gonna lie, I was, wow. That's an ending I didn't see.
You can see that one coming up.
No. Yeah.
I don't think we've gotten to experience that one in all the years. I don't think we've ever gotten that page.
Yeah, see, what the freaks? And then all of a sudden I picked numbers. It's like, oh look, now we is one of the freaks.
I know, it's karma. Done come back to bite you in the booty.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, now we're going to finish off with one more reading. We'll do it because we started with it. We're going to bookend with one more reading of Please Don't Feed the Vampire. Maybe things will go a little better for us this time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and grab the orange energy drink in my fridge? A little caffeine right here.
Oh, you're, I was about to say, geez, Chad, you could have helped. No, she couldn't have. But, yep.
Oh, thank
there you
you.
go. Some orange recovery juice.
That'd be good.
Yes! 15. Perfect.
Dang it, need light. I don't want to use the flashlight.
Excuse me. Ooh.
Just getting a little, What?
Yeah.
Ah, dang it. Have to find. I'm gonna freak out the. I'm gonna about to show up on the thing here. Oh, or maybe not.
Oh.
Oh, good lord. I forget my phone is just plain terrible.
It's a pain in the booty.
Oh my god. Okay. So, those of you just tuning in, don't forget to, oh lordy, leave votes in the chat. We're about to start reading. Paste, come on. About to start reading Please Don't Feed the Vampire. Just want to attach this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. It's just a good downtime to be like, hey, now, hit that like and that subscribe and the bell and all the things. Let's do it up. Actually, yeah.
I actually don't know if I did hit the bell. I know I hit the like button. I know I hit the subscribe.
Nice.
Oh wait, I didn't hit the like on this one yet. But then again, we're not through with it yet.
Alrighty. Well,
but I have subbed. I just
gonna
don't
do
know
the
if
last-
I rang the bell.
last one here. I'm gonna go back through. Please don't feed the vampire. I look like a nerd, don't I? Like a complete nerd.
Yeah.
You moan to your friend Gabe. In the mirror, you see your costume and wince. Halloween is only a few days away. I'm doomed. You and Gabe have been best friends for 2 years. Gabe has long brown hair, wire-rimmed glasses, and a way of giving you advice that sometimes bugs you. You do look pretty stupid, Gabe admits. Where did you get that costume anyway? It's called Vampire in a Can, you explain, holding up the cardboard can. I bought it from Mr. Rutterly at Scary Stuff. I don't believe it. Gabe slaps his forehead. You bought a costume from the Eyeball Man? What if he took out his glass eye? Right there in the store. Then showed it to you. He never takes out his glass eye, you answer. Okay, Gabe says. But your costume is still ridiculous. It's just a set of plastic fangs, a cheap little black cape, and a fake tattoo of fang marks on your neck. Isn't there anything else in the can? You pick it up and peer inside. Hey, look, you cry. What? Gabe asks, looking interested. There is something else in the can, you answer. You reach in and pull out a small plastic packet that was stuck to the inside. It looks like a ketchup packet. What is it? Gabe moves closer. I think it's fake blood, you tell him. Really? Cool, Gabe says. He picks up the Vampire in a Can box and reads the label. That's weird. It doesn't say anything on the box about fake blood. You notice the writing on the packet. Then you notice the writing on the packet. In blood-red letters it says, "Danger. Keep away." You hand the packet to Gabe. He reads the label and his eyes grow wide. "Are you gonna open it?" he asks. You gulp. The words on the packet are kind of scary, but you're dying to know what's inside. So, are you gonna open it? Are you gonna open it this time, or are we gonna not open it this time?
Well, I mean, we did open it last time. I want to see if it's a, now we're gonna make you open it. I want to see if that's the case.
Alrighty, so we're gonna not open it?
Yeah. And watch this, it is. It's just gonna be like, really? You're not gonna open it?
Open the packet? You wonder. No, I'll pass, you decide, shaking your head. I mean, seriously, it might be poison or something. Gabe tosses you the packet nervously. This gives me the creeps, he says. I don't even want to hold it. Don't give it to me, you object, throwing it back to him. Gabe lets it fall to the floor. I don't want it. Just then, your dog comes trotting into the room. She snatches up the packet with her teeth. Hey, no, Fifi! You scold your dog, a big black poodle. Put that down! No! But you're too late. Fifi tears into the packet. Something red drips from her mouth. Yuck, Gabe says. She's eating it. And it looks like blood.
Oh, shoot.
Fifi slurps up the red liquid in the packet. No, Fifi! You scold, trying to take it away. Grrr. She growls at you angrily, her eyes gleaming. Uh-oh, Gabe says. What's she doing that for? I don't know, you answer, worried. Fifi has never growled at you in her life. When the packet is empty, Fifi drops it to the floor. Then she barks and runs into the kitchen door. She jumps against the door with her front paws, clawing and digging. I think she wants out, Gabe whispers. Too bad, you say. She can't go out if she's gonna act like this. Fifi snarls and barks at you, baring her teeth. Oh no, you cry. You can't believe what you're seeing. She's growing fangs.
Now the dog, the vampire. Hey, look! Now it's the cover of the book!
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Dear Lord.
And you thought it was going to make you eat the packet or whatever. You thought it was going to be another fake app.
Yeah, I did. For a second. No, you know what? That's, whew.
Fifi snarls at you viciously. Her lips curl back, exposing new curved fangs. They're at least twice as long as they used to be, and razor sharp. Like a vampire's. Fifi lunges at you. You back up, shocked. Your own dog is attacking you. With her weight, Fifi easily knocks you down. For an instant, you're sure she's gonna bite your neck. You roll away from her, cowering. Ho! Her howling moan sounds crazy. She leaps into the kitchen door one more time. This time, she breaks it down. Stop her! Gabe stutters. You're so shaken, you stand there for a second. Then you grab Fifi's leash. Come on, you shout, snapping out of it. We gotta get her back. But just as you start to leave, the phone rings. So are we gonna let it ring and run after Fifi, or are we going to answer the phone?
Oh, jeez. I've seen enough horror movies to know that both of these are a bad idea.
I am.
But, yeah. Ghostface can wait. Let's chase the dog.
Alrighty. Forget the phone, you shout. We've got to catch Fifi. Come on. You dash out of the kitchen door and down the steps, chasing your crazy dog, but Gabe doesn't follow. I've got to answer the phone. Gabe calls after you. It might be my mom. She said she'd call. Okay, you shout. I'll be back as soon as I can. Fifi is already way ahead of you. You see her about 5 houses away, darting into a neighbor's yard. When you get to the yard, you stop and stare, amazed at what's lying in the grass. Buttermilk? You call softly. It's the big golden retriever that belongs to the Berklands. The fuzzy yellow dog is on its side, motionless. But that's not what scares you. What scares you are the 2 little bite marks on his neck, streaked with blood. Oh no, you think, no. For an instant, you close your eyes. You don't want to look. But even with your eyes closed, you can imagine what happened. Fifi's bit the Berkland's dog. No, it's worse than that. You have to admit, much worse. Fifi bit Buttermilk and drank his blood. Buttermilk, poor boy, you say, petting him. Is he dead, you wonder? You place your ear close to his chest and listen. All at once the golden retriever turns his head, opens his mouth, and snaps in your face. Yow! You cry, jerking away from the vicious dog. But Buttermilk is fast. He lunges at you, bearing long, sharp fangs. His hot breath stinks. Oh no, he's a vampire dog too. Get off, Buttermilk, you command. You push him away and scramble to your feet. Buttermilk lunges at you. Yikes! You shout. You dash across the Berkland's yard and jump the fence. You run around to the back. There on the back patio are 3 more dogs, all bitten in the neck, all changing into vampire dogs. 2 of them are dachshunds, and the 3rd is a big mutt. They lift their heads and sniff the air. Then they howl and leap at you. You race to the gate, then skid to a stop. Buttermilk is waiting just outside the fence. The vampire dogs close in on you. A small set of teeth clamp down on your leg. Hey, get off me, you yell. You jerk your legs so hard, the dachshund goes flying, lands with a splash in a kitty wading pool. For an instant, the other 2 dogs look away, surprised. It gives you time to glance around, quickly looking for escape routes. There's a door leading from the patio into the garage. If you hurry, you might be able to hide in the garage before the dogs get you. Or you might be trapped in there. Or you can make a dash for the house. But what if the sliding glass doors are locked? Well, do something. Fast!
Do something! Do something! Look over, chat. Do something!
So are you gonna...
Sorry, I had to... Do something! Do something! Do
You
something!
gonna run to the house or make a dash for the garage?
Oh, man. Let's see. Garage, I'll either be trapped in a garage or not making it into the house. I think I'd have a better option being trapped in the garage.
Alrighty.
But dang, vampire doggos.
Vampire doggos. The spookiest of all vampires. The wolfen kind.
Uh-huh.
You make a break for the garage. Yip! Yip! The dogs give chase. You yank open the side door and slip inside. You pull it shut just in time. The frustrated dogs yap on the other side of the door. Then you see something yellow and hairy thudding against the garage door window. Buttermilk. What if he breaks the glass? What if he gets in? Then you're dead meat. Woof! 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 You peek out the garage door window. 2 more vampire dogs have joined the group. One is a Doberman, and the other is a pit bull. Where's Gabe, you wonder. Then you remember he's waiting at your house for a phone call. A phone call. That gives you an idea. You rush over to the parked car in the garage and peek in the window. Yes! You shout. There's a cellular phone inside the car. You slide in the front seat, fingers shaking, you dial the phone, your home phone number. It rings 6 times. Finally, Gabe answers. Listen, you spit out. I'm trapped at the garage with a greenhouse down the street. Come help me. Why are you trapped? Gabe asks. Because of the vampire dogs, you cry. Fifi bit all the dogs in the neighborhood. She's turned them into crazed vampires, and now they've got me cornered. And you want me to come risk my life? Gabe demands. Later, dude. Wait! You plead. There's got to be something you can do. Yeah? I can call the dog catcher, Gabe says firmly. No! You shriek. I don't want them to catch Fifi. They see her fangs, they'll put her to sleep. Leave it to me, Gabe orders, hanging up the phone. Uh-oh. What is Mr. Know-It-All gonna do? You crouch down in the garage to wait it out. Outside, the dogs keep howling, clawing at the door. They smell me. They smell me, you realize in horror. They smell my blood. Finally, an hour later, you hear Gabe's voice outside. You jump to peer out the window. To your surprise, he's carrying a bunch of dog biscuits. He walks straight towards the vampire dogs. Here, Buttermilk! Here, boy! He crawls. You watch, amazed, as Gabe tosses a dog biscuit to each vampire dog. One by one, they calm down. Their fangs shrink and then disappear. The howling stops. Fifi comes trotting toward Gabe with her fangs dripping blood. But when Gabe gives her a dog biscuit, Fifi wags her tail. She gulps down the biscuit. Suddenly, she becomes a normal, lovable dog again. Sighing with relief, you cautiously open the garage door and come out. You give Fifi a big hug. Then you turn to Gabe. Wow! You exclaim. How did you do that? I'll never tell, Gabe says mysteriously. Unless you let me drink your blood. You back up, heart pounding in fear. What now? Is Gabe a vampire too? Did Fifi bite him? Gabe bursts out laughing. Ha ha! Got you good, he says, doubling over. You creep! You yell. Gabe laughs again, then tells you the truth. It was easy. I just ran over to the Eyeball Man store. I remembered seeing something there called Dog in a Can. So I bought a bunch of them. Sure enough, there were these packets inside. They said, danger, keep away. Just like the blood in the packet. So I opened one up. And it was a dog biscuit. I figured it was worth a try. You mean you gave the biscuits to vampire dogs and they changed back? You gasp. Excellent! Then an idea hits you. A great idea hits you. Do you have one of those special dog biscuits left, you ask? Yeah, Gabe replies. So what? Give me one, you say. I think I want to be a dog for Halloween. The end.
Okay, that was silly. Holy crap!
Nice! Here we go.
It's like, oh man, I'm such a loser. I got this vampire in a can from the dude. And then it's like, you know what? We got dog in the can.
Yeah, I love that that's the solution to that, is he has dog in a can. God damn it.
Gee, but that was one hell of a...
That was one heck of an ending.
That was one hell of... Oh, had me going to... Oh, shit.
Well, if you tuned in, hopefully you had a good time. It's always great to have you. We'll catch you later this week for the retro horror game night.
Oh.
And then the very last sort of stream of the month on the 30th. Alrighty. You guys have a great one. Keep it spoopy now. Happy October, everybody.